evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, the media.
Good evening.
Thank you. We have called you here not to bore you with speeches. I think this is not our intention. Our intention is to bring you so that we can appreciate you and inform you that we have you in whatever we are doing. As the national chair said, for the leadership movement party, we consider you as our partners. For some of you who have seen the manifesto, there is a part where we have said that the media for the leadership movement is very important. And therefore, in our vision, we want the media to go global. What do we mean by that? When we launched this political party, we said we want the media to compete with Al Jazeera, BBC, and CNN. In that sense, that was not just a statement out of the blues. It's because we want the leadership movement to lead a country that is not subdued. We don't want to always be the conquered ones. And if this country is supposed to conquer, it's supposed to be among those countries that can show that they can do what they need to do for them to be considered. It means that even the media should be part of that agenda. We want the Zambian media under the leadership movement, like, for example, Prime TV, to be able to give us live pictures of the war in Ukraine. We want Diamond TV, for instance, to be able to give us live pictures of what is going on in Detroit, in the USA. So in that sense, we want the media to know that leadership movement is not only going to be a party that thinks about other things or other wings of the part of the government without considering the media. This is why we have stated that every embassy under the leadership movement will be the home for the media. We want the media to be present throughout the world and inform the country of what is going on. So that is the essence of our partnership with the media. As the chairman has said, we are considering you as our partners and not as tools, as other political parties think of the media, as stepping stones, where they use them and in the end they forget about them. But us as leadership movement, we want to ensure that we go together, we grow together until the end of time. Because we know that whatever success that this country will achieve, it has to be also informed by the media, and the media will be the players in that. So that is the reason why we are here. Today, I am not into politicking. I've been in so many media houses. I think all of you have been here today. We have interacted, and we want to interact even today. You have hosted us. We have talked about our manifesto and so many things. But that is not the agenda for today. Today we want to just reflect on our relationship and be able to discuss how best we can work together, how best we can disseminate the vision, and leadership movement is among the visions that you are carrying out there with other political parties as well as the government's vision. So we want to be part of that program that you are doing to disseminate information to the people out there. just to mention a few things, because here in this building where we are, I remember 5 years ago, I gave a thrilling speech in an international conference. That speech was about having this 21st century become an African century. And that speech was a double-edged sword that led us to embark on this mission to deliver the great gift to future generations, the Great Zambia. We no longer want to just give speeches, but we need to walk the talk. We need to live the vision and live the dreams other than just talking about them. This is why you have heard from our national chairman. He's talking about things that we are doing: implementation, empowerment, national recruitment agenda that we have as leadership movement, so much that when we are given that opportunity, we are going to do justice to production. We have been talking about production, and we want the energy of the young people to be put into action so that we can be productive as a country. And these are the things that sum up the manifesto of the leadership movement. But for the sake of time, I think I'm going to give an opportunity, because I know many of you people were asking me that this program that we're having, is it going to be newsworthy? So because of that question, I think I'll give you opportunities to ask questions so that perhaps we can discuss some of the things that you may want to clarify with regard to the state of the nation. Although I would have loved that this place becomes a place where we can interact and talk about things that pertain the leadership movement and the media as well. But for the sake of you people, maybe some of you have some of the questions relate to politics. We will come there. So I think the master of ceremony, perhaps we can give chance to the media to ask some of the questions so that we can clarify whilst we are engaging in this interaction.
Yes, Your Excellency. So at this juncture, I think we are going to take a few questions before we can dive into the dinner preparations for tonight. If we have any questions, please feel free to ask, and the President is here to address. Any question? Yes, sir.
Sir, people say that you are very young to be president of this country. Are you very young to rule this country?
Well, I'm 41 years old. I think many presidents have come before us who are much younger than me. The case of Kenneth Kaunda became president at 40 years. And when we look at what he achieved in 5 years of his first term, surpasses anybody. So that shows that the energy in a person matters. We shouldn't continue voting for people for retirement. Imagine you vote for a person at 70 years. What are you expecting out of that? You are expecting somebody to be at that position as a retiree. So these are some of the problems that we have as a country. We need to also think about these leaders that we are putting in power, how much energy they have, how innovative is their mind and their brain. Does it have enough energy to think around and change things and help the country to grow? So that is why we think that the best, or rather the most fortunate thing that will happen is to be in power when you are young. because at that time you have enough energy to do whatever you want to achieve in your agenda than when you are voted at 60 years, when you are supposed to be retiring. So those are some of the things that we want the Zambian people to know. We need to vote for young people. When we vote for young people, they have more energy and they will do many things. If we vote for retirees, then we shouldn't be surprised when we see nothing is happening and they have a lot of health issues that they have to attend to and they need to rest more and all that. So that is the issue. We need to choose young, energetic leaders to more overused leaders. I think that will help the country.
I think that is clear. We'll take another question if there is any. Do we have any other question from media personnel? I should assume that everything is loud and clear. Thank you very much. Mr. President, I think you allow me.
All right, so thank you very much. Once again, the media, let us interact at the level of whilst we are having our dinner, and let us get ourselves to the point that we can enjoy this moment, because the leadership movement takes us as partners, as people who are helping us grow so far as we have been. And personally, I appreciate many of you have given me a platform to share the vision of the leadership movement, and that has been something that makes us always think about you. So we will continue thinking about you, and we hope to be doing these events every time. As the National Chair said, we are having these events not only here in Lusaka, but in Copper Belt and so many other places, and we continue to be doing these annual programs as we continue. Today we have a relatively small program, but as time goes, this will be a bigger program. So we expect even more and more media to join us along the way.